let's go with that. I'm clicking around like crazy today. How's it going? Oh my goodness. That was a bit of a fumble. I've got like a stream deck and everything, and I still, well, I don't have a stream deck, but you know what I mean. How's it going, everybody? Whoa, shit. Oh. Holy shit. I gotta be careful with the mic. Hey. Godot 3 came out. Oh, Godot 3. Godot 4.3 came out, Jesus. And, okay, reset. Let's reset. I'm all over the shop. Godot 4.3 beta has just dropped. And that's pretty exciting. I've been waiting for this one for a little bit. It feels like it's been in development for ages, but they come out real quick. And I thought it'd be fun to just like go through the notes, download it, check it out, see what's going on. So let's get into it. No, wait, that's latest. Gonna get back in my cryoprod. Hey, vibing game dev, how's it going? Yeah, Godot 5 will be sick. It will be. But for now, we've just got Godot 4.3. And there's a lot of stuff. I'm most interested in the breaking changes because I have a shader and I don't know. I think maybe it might break. Is going awesome vibes. Yeah, I think the vibes are going to be good today too. I'm excited. I'm excited about this one. Can we download it? Jump to the downloads section. Yeah, standard. I don't want .NET. Okay, cool. While that downloads, let's have a look at what's happening. So the first beta release of 4.3, it marks the feature freeze. So for me, like, I generally don't pay attention to the dev snapshots because, you know, they change a lot as they go. But once you get to the beta, it means they're not going to add any more features, which is like exciting because it means you can start looking at it for your projects, and if anything in there is going to be useful to you, maybe there's a bug that you've been waiting to be fixed. So this is the point where I start looking at it. This may focus on the efforts in fixing regressions and other outstanding bugs. And they're not going to merge any new features, so anything that got missed here is just going to show up in 4.4, which will be probably in another couple months or so. I don't actually know. I feel like it's every 3 months they do one. I've forgotten now. So they're looking to release 4.3 in a month, but as usual, this timeline will depend on how quickly we are able to fix the bugs, to squash those bugs. We asked users to test the beta release and report bugs as soon as you spot them. One of the biggest things, I know I'm skipping ahead here, Wayland support. So any other Linux users out there, sometimes using Godot on Wayland is not fun. I'm pretty sure I'm still using Xorg because of it, or I was at least for a little bit because I couldn't pop out Windows, which sucked. So that's really exciting. I can switch back to Wayland. Okay, so hey, consider supporting the project. I want to actually. I don't at the moment. It's maintained by the efforts. Okay, so we already downloaded it, and that's awesome. So let's have a look at the breaking changes. That's what I'm most excited about. I'm excited about things that break. Okay, so sometimes they're necessary to fix high priority issues. I don't know what this is. Saved packed byte arrays as base 64 encoded. Were they something else before that? I don't know. I've never used them before. Actually, I have used packed byte arrays. I don't know. Maybe they'll break. Today, updated array support for binary serialization means nothing to me. Black 4 font outlines by default instead of white. I think this is a pretty good change because by default the text is white, right? Like if you add a label with nothing on it, the text is white. So why would you want the outline to be white as well? It doesn't make any sense. So I'm glad they changed that. But if you ticked it and then didn't realize it just made your text thicker, then you're going to have some interesting changes. So that's a fun one. Remove bone pose, updated signal. I don't know if you use bones. I do use bones in some of my projects, but I've not used this signal, so it doesn't matter to me. In base class for skeleton modifier 3D. Do you think this will lead to them, because they're working on a new IK system for Godot 4. Is this the beginning of it? Implement a base class skeleton modifier 3D as refactor for nodes? I think so. Animation node process for receiving semantic time info, nothing, yep. Animated player play with capture. Interesting. This is the one I'm interested in, reverse Z. Some shaders will need to change to accommodate the new depth buffer format. More details here. Rework auto translation system, okay. C# users are getting shafted, no. Implement invariant culture on variant strings, okay. Freed objects are now different than null in comparison and evaluate falsely. I think this is a good change. I've run into this a couple times where you're trying to free an object, but sometimes if you're doing it like on a frame by frame basis, and you're doing something with that node as well in the process function, you don't want to do it if it's been freed, and it's hard to check, or it was hard to check, because the type would be the same. So you couldn't just say, is this? I think I would normally check free. Or there's a way of doing it. There was a way of doing it. It's a bit loud. Secret Tiki Island. I don't like this song. But yeah, I think this is good, but it's going to break some... Well, was it going to break some stuff? Yeah, I suppose if you're checking to see if it's valid, now it's going to return null. Interesting, yeah. Because I was doing that with my object detection. I delete it, and then to make sure that it's still... Yeah, I mean, I'm pulling at strings. But yes, I think this is going to hurt some of my stuff. Fixed accept dialogue argument types. Previous erroneous calls will now error instead of doing nothing. Okay. Okay. 2D pixel stability. Community discussion, hard work. Several contributors have merged that resolve the outstanding issue, pixel stability. I've noticed this before. Like, sometimes the pixels don't look quite right on a scrolly screen if you're making a pixel art game. So it's good to see that they've fixed this, because before, like in Godot 3, pixels were solid, so... Physics interpolation, that's cool. Camera position jitter in 2D games, that's great. And help pixel art, because if you're doing pixel art, sometimes the camera movements are very small. 3D physics interpolation also in the works for future releases. Well, I mean, 3D physics in Godot is just not that great. So it's good to see that they're working on it. Maybe one day they'll fix it. Godot 4.3 introduces a Parallax 2D node that supersedes the Parallax layer, Parallax background nodes. That's cool, because I never liked using them. So maybe these ones will be better. Who knows? You can convert parallax layers and backgrounds into Parallax 2D nodes, and conveniently in the editor going forward. Of course, we recommend you use the new one. So they think it's pretty good. Interesting. Tile map layers as nodes are now exposed as individual layer nodes, which means less clutter in the inspector. Does it? And a simpler API. It also more in line with common Godot design patterns. I can't visualize what they mean by that. I might have to have a look. To avoid the small drawbacks that would come with that change, we've added a new editor feature, for example, the ability to select all layers in the current edited scene. Okay. Yeah, tile map layer. Okay, fair enough. It's been a long time since I've worked with tile maps. Fixes for invalid. Oh, Oh, have you guys ever corrupted a scene in Godot? It's a fucking nightmare to fix it. This is awesome. I wonder if this... Okay, so a common complaint among users is they get locked out of editing a scene because it contained an instance of a different scene that no longer exists. So this is a really big deal, because if you wanted to delete something in Godot, you had to first check if it was being used. So that's like... It's not a big deal because it would tell you, right? You press delete and it would say like, this is in these particular scenes. And then you'd have to go into each of those individual scenes, remove it from there, and then you could delete it. That was the safest way to do it without corrupting things. So, you know, this is good. This is a good sign, I think. It resulted aims to improve the situation by allowing you to open, edit, and fix the scenes that have been corrupted due to missing dependency. Yeah, this is huge. This should make the process of refactoring feel a bit safer. Yeah, massively, because it was like the scariest thing. I like didn't delete. I would just not delete things because I'm scared to break it. You know, if you didn't know, you're better off just leaving it in there and not messing with it. And only if you were really, really sure, you would delete stuff, because it just, huge problem. People, you have to jump into a notepad for sure, NA games. It was like really tedious. If you deleted something, I mean, so many times I'd be like, I don't need this folder. Pew! Delete it. And then it's like, congratulations, the folder's screwed up. And if you deleted a lot of stuff all at once, then you better hope you have like a GitHub repo for your project, because fixing that is going to be a nightmare. Loading scenes with corrupted or missing will no longer be aborted, allowing you to fix such scenes without external tools. That's massive. Really good to see. Okay, UFBX for importing X. Yeah, this is great. I'm really excited about this because I don't know, I just never bothered with it. I just always... because it came up and I was like, I don't know what that is. I would just export as GLTF anyway. And any project like that I was using assets from an asset pack, I would normally re-export. Or they come, like a lot of, I've got a lot of Cinti stuff and it comes as like an OBJ instead. And so you can just use that. But having the ability to just have an FBX tool inbuilt is big. It's a big deal. Previously, we didn't invoke to convert it. UFBX allows us to avoid this process and import FBX files directly. Huge, huge deal. This is really good news. Although the UFBX library has gone through extensive, rigorous testing, this is a big change and it is notoriously difficult to work with. Okay, so test carefully. Or just don't use FBX, I think. That's sort of my biggest thing. Like, I just avoid it because it's annoying. But hopefully this leads to a place where we can just be on the same level as the other engines. So this is a big deal. Existing files in your project will continue to be imported using FBX to GLTF. By default, only newly added files will import with UFBX. This default may be changed by using the preset button near the top of the import deck. Okay. Cool, we can test that out. That's going to be fun. A number of highly edited themes and UX improvements have been merged. The file system doc can now be moved to the bottom of the editor. So it can look like Unity. And Unreal does the same, right? They have it along the bottom. So that's cool. Giving access to a wide panel instead of a tall one. I actually kind of like where it is in Godot, but I'm also like used to it. I've been using Godot forever. So it's good for people that are moving over from Unity and Unreal. So that's good. Now, supported drag and drop across the bottom panel by hovering the relevant label. Okay, so that's great. The project manager got a visual and usability overhaul with a better layout and look. The project manager. Okay, that's going to look different. That's exciting. Initial work on making network-related feature opt-in the editor to give us full control over it when Godot should communicate with the internet. Okay, so they're setting up for probably the shop, whatever that, or whenever that will be, from the sounds of it. Cool. Automatic checking for engine updates. That's exciting. Check for Godot versions. I suppose that's like, it's good. I don't know, like on Windows, I guess you need to go and download it, right? Like if a new one comes out, you have to go and get it, I'm guessing. And I don't have to deal with that because obviously with Linux, it just gets updated in the repo. So that actually might be kind of annoying for me. I don't know. We'll see. I have it with Discord. Discord's really annoying because, well, for Arch, it's supplied by a deb file, so you have to update it in the package manager and then restart Discord. It won't be like that for this, but it's going to be funny. I guess it'll tell me I haven't run an update for a while. But yeah, that's great. That's great. What am I checking? A concern for privacy. It's not enabled by default. That's interesting. That's cool though. I like that. It can be toggled easily by enable online network mode. Yeah, I'll give him my network data. And then it turns out the update checker has a minor passing bug, so don't mind. Right, so there's a bug. Right. Text-based scenes resources is that the serialization takes a lot of space, does it? I've never noticed. Leading to inflated file sizes and noisy diffs. To help with that, okay, so this is some deep level stuff that I don't understand. That's fine. However, this means that the scene format changed in any way can't be passed by earlier Godot releases. Okay. Right. So only new scenes saved get turned into whatever this is, packed byte arrays with base 64. Were they done with base 32 beforehand? I don't understand. Audio. This sounds like fun. Interactive music support. The new stream types are audio stream interactive and audio stream playlists. Can be combined to create complex layered interactive music and transitions between them, similar to software like WY's Fmod and Ilias. I've heard of this, right? Like people put in like, you can have music change to what's actually happening in the scene in your game. So that's cool. This sounds kind of weird. Okay. Change dynamically based what's happening in your game. Yeah. No, that's really exciting. Howdy, Dakota64. How's it going this evening? It's Saturday night for me. This is what I like to do on my Saturdays. Saturday nights. It is, what is it? 8 o'clock. Okay, display. Wayland support for Linux. Finally. I'm happy about this. I'm probably the only one. Nah, I'm sure there's plenty of people. So thanks to this guy, spending 2 years of development. That's crazy. Man, what an effort. Architecture wasn't ready for it yet. Before the 4.0 split, display server responsibilities. Yeah, okay, so they were building up for a long time. That's cool. Included in this effort was the introduction of OpenGL ES driver for desktop devices. This is currently limited to Linux, although note that Windows drivers generally do not. Yeah, they don't like that shit. Okay. DirectX. Direct 3D12. This is cool. This is for Windows devices. Official build support. But in order to use it, you need to download the shader compiler from Microsoft and copy over DXILDL. Okay. So probably won't be that good for me, but if you want to use Direct 3D12, that's super awesome. What is that for? Like, what is that good for? Does it make a game look a certain kind of way? I don't understand. D3, D12. Is it for like game ready driver? Okay. Cool. Single threaded web exports. So I don't know. I assume just more shading. Yeah, probably. I guess somebody will tell us. For Godot 4.0, we modernized the engine to make heavier use of multi-threading. This like web thing. Like, yeah, since Godot 4, web exports have been kind of shitty. But support with the rest shade buffer array feature finally seemed widespread, reaching Safari at last. So we decided to go all in and make Godot's web export multi-threaded by default, solving a number of audio issues we had in Godot 3. Yeah, hopefully it's better because, I mean, to be honest, like, once you know how to make the shared buffer array thing work on itch, it's mostly fine. But like this is good. Like, hopefully improve things. Experience has proven that shared buffer array is supported in all browsers nowadays. The conditions it imposes that the server hosts the web game too difficult to uphold. For people who self-host, it's easy enough, but for people who distribute their games, like itch and Crazy Games, it's often outside of the control. Itch supports it, so that's okay. You just have to click a box. It's often outside of the control of the requirements for shared buffer array for security reasons. Are also at odds with web game monetization options, such as advertisements for payment processing. That's interesting. So we've had to change the course and do the work to re-add single-threaded mode to Godot. That's so funny. Man, can you imagine? I bet you someone was pissed. The engine can now be compiled with threads equals no scons option. The engine can be compiled. So that means if you want this, you have to recompile the engine. No threads export template are provided for web platform. Okay, so we should be okay. And their use can be toggled in the export preset. This brings back audio issues on some operating systems or hardware combinations, which will be solved, which may be merged for 4.3. Ultimately, the trade-off is similar to Godot 3. Good audio with threads enabled or bad audio with single-threaded mode. The web isn't an easy platform. Yeah, I understand. Okay. That's good though. So if you want like single-threaded, you can get it. And I don't know. It just depends, I guess. Does it not work on Safari? Do you need for it to work on like an iPhone or something? Because I remember for like a long time, it was like the easiest way to get a Godot game to work. Is just make it on, like put it on the web kind of thing. I don't know. Rendering. The acrylic command graph for rendering devices finally merged. Optimization feature automatically records and reorders rendering commands in the rendering device backend, enabling optimizations which wouldn't be possible otherwise, and simplifies the API. So I don't think this is going to really matter to anyone. It's just an improvement build. That's cool though. I'm all for it. A new compositor effect API has been added, which lets you register callback functions that will be run between rendering passes, allowing you to insert rendering commands in the middle of Godot's built-in rendering pipeline. Very interesting. More control over the rendering pipeline. Wonder what we'll see from that. I couldn't even think of a use for it, but I'm sure someone can. We've refactored context management to further resolve stability issues in the Vulkan backend. A side effect of this refactoring is that rendering device contexts can be created at any time. We finished adding the remaining features of the compatibility rendering backend, so that we wanted to call it in order to call it feature complete, including MSA resolution scaling. Okay, cool. So the compatibility has resolution scaling now. That's cool. I don't think it did before. Glow reflection probes. I think that'll be good for people making games on their mobile devices. That's good. An option to use into-depth based fog instead of the current exponential fog has been added. Okay, great. Pre-multiplied alpha blending in 3D shaders. Great. Okay, skeleton modifier. I'm interested in this. It's a new node, skeleton modifier 3D, which will serve as the foundation for IK constraints, XR body tracking, skeletal physics. So this is really big because at the moment, I don't know if anyone's tried, but like IK in Godot 4 is kind of It says it's depreciated. Like if you want to use it, it's kind of scary because you don't know if it's going to be around. So just ignore this for a second. If I run this game, this game uses IK to do all of the... I need to equip a weapon. Give me a second. Equip. Okay, it's just going to break. Well, not this project then. I remember it's broken. There's infinite recursion. Let's go back to the base project where that's not broken. FPS game project. Hello. Oh, I just reloaded the project. Quit the project list. Godot FPS Pro. So I use the IK in this particular project to create dynamic movement in the weapon. And so all of this movement that you see here is all just created in code with IK. And so like the arm moving from side to side, when you jump, all that stuff, it's all done with IK. And it says it's depreciated. So you don't really want to dedicate too much work to something that's depreciated. And apparently this is going to be the start of something new, Skeleton Modifier 3D, Foundation for IK Constraints. So I'd be interested to know what they're working on. So a few existing nodes have implemented Skeleton Modifier 3D. Skeleton IK 3D now extends modifier but should function as before. Okay. High-level XR hand and body tracking is also implemented, which is great. Physical bone simulator takes the role of simulating physical bones that used to be part of the Skeleton 3D class itself. Okay. So they haven't no new official modifier implementations are planned until Godot 4.4. Add-on authors have already begun to transition IK physics and other features to build on the modifier system. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Interesting. So it should just be the same as before, but hopefully now it won't say depreciated. Probably still will. Okay, Animation Mixer continues to receive several fixes. I actually really like what they did with the animation player and the animation tree player, combining it into a single class. It really makes it a lot easier to get the two working together. You don't have to like memorize two sets of function calls and all that kind of stuff. If you know one works on the other, you can try it on. I don't know, it feels better to me. Callback mode discrete option. Blending continuous and discrete tracks, okay. Several fixes to avoid how audio is handled. Expands mixer, animation player, yada yada yada. Old capture update. The capture update mode has been difficult to use and prone to issues for a while now. Okay, I've never used it before. The introduction of Animation Mixer highlighted many of those issues. With the new capture and play with capture functions allow you to do the same thing as before in a way that is much more aligned with Godot's API and should work better in general. Okay, nice. Nice. Additionally, add support for selecting and copying, pasting, duplicating within. That's nice because I don't know if you guys have ever tried copying and pasting keyframes in the animation player. It's not always that pretty. So hopefully this is an improvement. Okay. Animation import options. For several new features have been added to assist retargeting animation sets. This is exciting. In particular, shipped FBX format. Import rest pose as reset animation. This is good. This enables creating a reset track to restore the skeleton to its imported pose. Retargeting option. Okay. To use as a template for the silhouette. Nice. This feature can be used to reference the reset animation. Also of a known good T-pose reference. Okay. Is that like... That seems like a big deal to me. Because like that kind of stuff just wasn't possible in Godot before. Retargeting option to use for a template for silhouette. Allow preserving initial bone pose in rest fixer. And add new scene import option to import skeleton. This solves cases especially common in FBX files. Okay, so it looks like they're really trying to fix FBX. Wow. I think this is really cool. I'm really interested to see what this actually means. C#, I mean, who cares, right? No, I'm sure we care about C#. We love you C# users. Among them, which improve the handling of C# generic types, these changes will allow you to more comfortably use generic C# classes. That's a big deal. In your code, no more duplicate key exemptions when reloading assembly. Overall, the assembly reloading is more robust. And okay, for C# projects that haven't been built yet, the editor now remembers the values of exported node properties instead of discarding them as a temporary workaround. Right. Variant types like vector2, 3, rect2, transform 3D now use invariant culture. Sounds like a band name. By default, which means you get to uniform formatting regardless of the language and the platform the game is running on. Okay, this is a breaking change, but we thought it was worth it since these types are not meant to be localized. So using current culture makes little sense. Okay, this is good. I like this. I don't use C#, but you know, maybe I can. I don't know C# that well, but no, I think this is really good. Nice. Okay, GDScript. Maybe less stacked than 4.2. Okay, so they haven't done that much. Binary tokenization on export has been reintroduced. This brings back the 3.x functionality to export GDScript files in a binary form, which hides the source code and reduces the export size. Okay, you can also negatively compare types more naturally with the isNot operator. Okay. So GDScript in a binary form, which hides the source code and makes it a bit... So a lot of people always complain that like people can just look at your source files for like if you export a game, if you sell a game, if you make a game with Godot, it's really easy to like decompile it. Is this going to help? Is that kind of what it's for? Hides the source code? I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal personally. Like, I don't care if people can see my source code, because at the end of the day, you know, if people want to find a way to do that, they're going to, right? Like, it's going to be something they're going to figure out. No game is, I mean, like, you know, people pirate AAA games all the time. They're going to figure out how to do it on your indie game, for sure. Okay. We also made a built-in type methods utility function as callable. This makes it possible to call variadic functions such as print with callable call v easily without the need of boilerplate. Right? Never done that before, so don't know. Export annotations such as allowing exported arrays to get property hints for their elements. Great. Export storage to hide the property from the inspector while still exporting the value. Okay. Export custom for more complex hints and potential future hints. One thing I would really like to see with exports is one for packed scenes, because at the moment you can't fix a packed scene to be a particular type of node or like class, something like that. I don't know. But like a lot of my projects, when I use like export pack scene, it's like, it's supposed to be this, it's supposed to be a projectile. It's supposed to be the spray part profile, and you can just put anything there and, like, I don't know, break the game. But you know, it is what it is. In terms of bug fixes, Lambda hot reloading, cool. Our GDScript cache will be your friend. Okay, a lot of efforts have been made to fix auto completion. That's nice, because I've been noticing that it doesn't do a very good job lately. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It feels like it lags behind and often doesn't auto-complete when I feel like it should. Okay. Finally, to name a few more, we fixed @warning ignore annotation issues and just added some warnings and adjusted some warnings. Circular dependencies between scenes and scripts using preload. Okay. XR. Godot 4.3 requires a new version of vendor plugins to unlock all platform-specific functionality, fix tracking issues, Improved the core OpenXR loop. Okay, that's great. Added support for completion layers. Improvement to foveated rendering. Okay, pass-through, standardized, enhanced support for hand and figure tracking. Okay, so when can we make games with the Apple Vision Pro? That's my question. When? No, we probably already can. Okay, and hey, Sheezy. Added syntax highlighting. Support for Quiet OK audio format. Quiet OK. I've never heard of this format. Option. Oh, compression for wave. Okay. Nice trade-off between format. We added support. Compression option, file size and quality compared to the existing options. It is higher than the current WAV compression and slightly smaller. Great. Compared to OGG Vorbis and MP3, it is similar in quality, but slightly larger in file size, much less CPU intensive. Interesting. I tend to stick with OGG Vorbis when it comes to audio for games. I just like Wave is okay. Wave is great for like if you're working on music. It's big. Like the files are massive, and so it just doesn't make a lot of sense. And like I don't know about quality differences. I've got these are okay headphones. I can't tell the difference. Also hearing impaired, so maybe that's why. Slightly smaller. Okay, yeah. Anyway, core packed vector 4 array variant type. Great. I like vector 4s. I've never used a packed vector 4 array, or I've never had a need for a packed vector 4 array, but we'll go with it. Use worker thread pool 4. Is SSR fixed? I haven't heard any mentions, and I'm at the bottom, so I'd say no. Is an important step in fixing optimization, worker thread pool, multi-threaded rendering option. But this brings us to close to being able to multi-threaded. Okay, multiple fixes, improved thread safety during resource loading. Cool, cool, cool. All right. I think this is going to be a good release. I'm really excited about it. Let's open it up. Where is it? Copy. Extract. Godot 4.3 beta. Okay. This is the new look asset manager. Do we have the other one to compare? Quick to project list. What do we think? Can I fit them both on the same screen? I think it looks better. Honestly, like it's an improvement over like the tabs, right? And then it also, once an online connection involves sending data over the internet, so you can click that to actually like do it. You've got settings. This is cool. I really like this. You've got, oh cool, you can select your language, interface theme, so I can just switch to Breeze Dark. Okay. Solarize Dark. This is cool. I like this. Black. Oh, ew. Ew. It's like the Windows Dark theme. Just go back to default. Okay. Display scale, network mode, online. Yeah. I like this a lot. I think this is a big improvement. Hey, look, it's me. Just updated the first person shooter template. So if you want to check that out, you can. So I am most interested in, and it says update available. Apparently that's a bug. There's no update available. But if you click that, where does it take you? It takes you to 404 not found. If you're wondering. Probably because the update doesn't exist. 4. Yeah, look at that. I reckon you'd have to change that to 4.3. Nah, it still doesn't work. Whatever. Anyway, now, okay, in the interest of safety, I should probably not do this on any of my important projects. So the Godot FPS controller, I literally just did a... No, I don't want to just like go YOLO on that. I'll be sensible. I'll take the 2 templates and make copies of them. Oh, it crashed. I saw that in the corner of my eye. Testing. And paste them in there. That's hilarious. Thought that would be faster on my SSD, but I guess not. Okay. Let's open up 4.3 beta again. Let's import. I've got too many folders, GitHub repos. And I just created a new folder, testing. I want to look at this in the Pro because the Pro has a shader that may or may not be affected by the changes for the Z buffer. I don't know. New Godot, who dis? And this is, importing assets. Grass.fpx, where I can finally choose a theme without being in a project. Yeah, it's cool. I prefer, like, I don't mind the default theme, to be honest. But like for consistency, like I can see the dark theme, like the one that's just pure black. If you're using like the Windows dark theme, that's what it looks like from memory. I don't use Windows. I have Windows dark theme on my work laptop and it's all black like that. So I could see that being a benefit. Oh, look, I got a lot of errors. Okay, format and needs to be upgraded. Array mesh uses an old format. All right. View model shader. Yeah, this is the one I was worried about. Does it just run? Let's see what happens. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh my god. I knew it was gonna break. I didn't know it was gonna look that funny. A gun in the clouds. Oh my god. That's awesome. Okay. Is it easy to fix? I don't know shaders that way. I took this one from someone else and modified it a little bit to suit my project. Like I don't know shaders that well. Let's see. That was awesome. Spawn a view model shader. Yeah, this is going to be fun because I actually don't know. Projection matrix? Maybe I just change that to a positive instead of a negative? I think this is going to be a job for off stream. Maybe they have... Oh, yeah. I mean, I should read it, but also like it would help if I understood position Z. Maybe that's probably what it is. If I understood the shader I was working on. I think introducing Z, reverse Z. I'm sorry for breaking your shader. It's okay. I understand. Okay, so writes position to the vertex process. You may need to tweak if your users... Okay, so this is what I'm using. I saw that before. It reads from the depth texture here, where I'm mixing the position from 0 to 0.99. In most cases, you won't need to make any change as long as you're transferring the values in and out of clip space using projection matrix. In those cases, the transformation is handled for you and will continue to work. Rights to position. Okay, so maybe just change it. Yeah, it could just work if I did that. Probably. I just want to read a little bit. Bypassing the built-in vertex. In order to achieve certain, like having fixed in the camera view. Yep, so ours looks a lot like that. Position Z, 0. Okay, it's kind of like that. all vertices z coordinate of 0, which is true. Ellipse space for 0 coordinate corresponds to the nearest plane. By flipping the definition of the near plane and the far plane, so this code no longer works. Instead, you need to write xy 1 1. Maybe. Mine doesn't look like that at all. Position, okay. Model view nature. Here it is here. Okay. The XYZ. Yeah. Swap. I'm scared. Where's that? The greater and less than? I can't see it at the moment. It's like Christmas music. Well, this is kind of like Christmas. Just swap the... I think I need to change this based on what we read before. Yep. I'm just going to yoink that and see what happens. Oh, wait. Here we go. This looks exactly like what I've got. Importantly, writes position will only break if they're writing values directly. If you are transforming values in a view space projection, okay, for necessary, the following code will continue to work. Mine doesn't, so I don't need to change vertex. Oh, well, it's a little bit different. Do I just need to start changing values and seeing what happens? Copy these lines. So, 1 1. This is definitely the thing that's the problem, right? Like if I go to the world, to zoom further, so what the vertex is convert the world space to camera space, and this is where the z is the distance from the camera and the xy is the screen coordinates. So the z is the part I need to be working on then. So this bit here, well, it looks weird. Okay, so we're going to be able to test this works in... What they changed is 0 now used to be close to the camera and 1 is far away. Now it's the other way around. So do I just swap these numbers? The answer is yes, I do just swap these numbers. Well, it's definitely in the view space now. Thanks, Thomas 1005. It does not. Well, okay, I broke that, but at least we're not, like, in the sky. Do-do-do. This is what happens when you borrow someone else's work to make something. And you don't understand how this shader works. I'll probably work on it later. What I am interested in trying while we're here is to see if the sub-viewports have changed as well. Because there was problems with sub-viewports. I think you need one. Okay, we'll try that. Let's give it a go. Okay, that looks good. Thomas-san. Okay, I don't see anything on screen though. Weird. Oh, it's like behind the camera. So give me a second. There's a value that I can change here. Will that change anything? Interesting. Hang on a second, I'm thinking. I'm loading. Would have been too easy. I mean, we're getting closer. I think we're onto something, because now I'm pretty sure it's just behind the camera. I have a feeling I just can't. I mean, maybe not. Where's my preview? Because we can see it in scene. So like, yeah, see how it's like clipping here? I think it is just behind the camera now. So either I need to move everything forward, or there's a change in the shader that I need to make. Does this maybe where was it beforehand? It looks kind of the same, eh? But now it was always in front. That's I don't actually know. I don't know. Because that's why I would have never noticed that it was like clipping into the camera, because it was always being drawn in front. So that's fun. So what if I just like pulled the whole thing forward? Would we just want to check if it works? Yeah, weapon models. We'll go with that one. Looks a bit silly, but we can test it now. It definitely draws everything in front, so we're on the right track. It might just be a positioning thing. Maybe. I'll have to work on it. But that's cool. We made progress. Thank you for that. I do want to check the... So I want to actually remove the shader and check sub-viewports. I don't want to... Yeah, I can remove it from this. Who gives a crap? That actually might be annoyingly difficult. Yeah, let's switch projects where I don't have this on the quit project list. Don't save. Godot import. Testing. Go up one, and let's just go to the regular template. Okay. And this one uses the viewport, what's it called? A sub viewport. Index couldn't be loaded. And I'm interested to see if this will still work. And it does, that's great. I mean, you would expect it to, but now I know that there was a problem with lighting and the sub viewports, and I wonder if this change has helped that. The answer is no, it hasn't. I don't know if I've set them up properly though, so let me just check. Sub viewport? Where is the sub viewport container? Have I got shadows enabled? This one. They are. Turn them up. I don't know if this actually does anything. Is the lighting on the shader? Oh, sorry, on the viewport layer. Canvas color mask. World layer. Directional light. Does target that layer as well. So I'd say that no, that's still a problem. Let's add a mesh. Yeah, just give me another one of those with a full shadow. Yeah, they're still not affected by that. Okay, that's alright. Keep using shaders. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so that was fun. Alrighty, what else is there on the list of things to check off? Ooh. Okay. The near clipping value? On the, I played around with these for ages back in the day, but I was never able to fix it, and I just assumed that it would come fixed at some point down the line. Transparent, handle input locally. Yeah. Default texture filter. Physics. SDF. Controls should be covered by the design 2D signed distance field. Okay, it's got nothing to do with process. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything with that. That's okay. All right. What other things are happening in this release? Okay, so we have reached, go back up. So rendering and shaders, they're big. The IK didn't have any issues, I could tell from the other bits, so that's good. Improvement to pixel, improvement to pixel stability for pixel art games. Community discussion and hard work for several contributors. Outstanding issues. I don't know, will I notice that if I load up a 2D game? If it's different? Have I got a 2D project that I can test that out in? Quick to project list. I've got Eldritch, no. Godot 4.3 character controller. I don't care as much about that, so I won't bother about backing it up. We'll just YOLO this one. It looks different. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Do I have to tick a box or something? Maybe. Boop. I wonder. What do they say about it? Rendering snap. Okay, so this is something you probably... I'm going to need to turn on in the project settings. Snap 2D transform to pixels. 2D transform. I've got it turned on. Maybe if I turn this one off. The vertices of a canvas item node will snap 4 pixels, useful for low resolution pixel art games. Okay, we want that. Their positions can be sub-pixel, but decimals will not have as... Right. So maybe it's to do with the camera, because they made changes to that. Forward ported, this will help position camera jitter for 2D games. 2D physics. 3D, I don't know. I feel like it looks worse. Can I open this project in Godot 4.2 and have a look? Oh no, I can't because I never backed it up. I'm an idiot. Well, that goes that idea out the window. Dumb. Okay. What about the camera? Let's have a look at that. Maybe there's a setting I'm missing. Camera, 2D. Oh, it crashed. Bring that back. player character, camera, anchor mode, offset, zoom, process callback, position smoothing. Maybe this will. Yeah, I don't know. Something going on here where this doesn't feel right. I never made it up. Like he feels very, he's kind of like bouncing up and down and stuff. It doesn't look quite right. Or is that just me? Alrighty. Don't know. We've also got tile map layers. Tile map layer? What is a tile map layer? The edited tile map layer node has no tile setter resource. Does it need to be like tile map layer tile map? Hey. No, I don't think that's right either. I don't know. I'm gonna have to, like, I've not worked with tile maps before. Well, I have worked with tile maps, but not tile map layers. Create or load a tile set. New tile set. Has no source configured. Heh. Yeah, don't know. Shouldn't mess around with things you don't know about. Canvas layer, parallax background. So the other thing that's new for 2D is parallax layer 2D. Experimental. So how do you add, do you just add like a, like, can I just add this stuff to it and have it work the way that it was working before? Probably not. This feels wrong. It doesn't look quite right. These are scaled down. Let's have a look. Scroll scale. Oh, that was like the different speeds. Like the transforms are like scaled 1:1. So what does this look like now? Nothing. And it's also, oh, it's in front because it's, yeah, interesting. Right, so is this gonna have to go at the top or the bottom? At the top. And centered? What are we gonna have to do to make them so that they follow the player? Because it, or does it still need to sit inside a canvas layer? I don't understand. I gotta check the docs. Is there docs for this? It's too new. Where's the Parallax 2D? Supersedes the current and removes many limitations that we had with them. You can even convert parallax layers and backgrounds into 2D editor. Going forward, we recommend. Does everything that could do and more. Find out. Okay, there's a blog post. Yeah, that's what it should look like. Simulating depth in the system is part of core node. Parallax 2D is a new node. It's intended all-in-one replacement. Parallax layout has featured parity with the old system. Convert to... Oh, I should have done that. Whoops. Just undo everything. Convert to Parallax 2D. It still feels like it's kind of fucked up. Add repeat offset. Oh, thank you. Oh, shit. Add repeat offset. Yeah. Can I undo that change and have a look what I had before? Base, limited end, parallax layer. Parallax layer 2, mirroring. I had it like 960. And the next one, okay, so they were all just 960. So I guess that's what I can make it. If I do that. Convert to parallax 3D, and it also has to be at the top of the scene. Okay, so this is, I guess, how you expect to set it up. Does that match sort of what they've got? I mean, mine was parallax background with a bunch of parallax layers. Yes, so I guess this is what it will look like. And then I had the scroll offset. It's the resolution of the image. Okay. Oh. Whoops. X-axis, yeah, repeat size. So these all, I mean, they've all got it. Actually, it's been converted, so... Oh yeah, it just worked. There you go. That's cool. I guess it doesn't... Yeah, no, okay. Well, it's pretty much exactly the same. Well, what are the improvements? I didn't actually check. Is new node intended, parallax layer, clicking... I guess it's nice that it's a 2D node. From the context drop down, give it a try. Why the change? A lot of proposals regarding parallax system over the last few years. Bogusly. These had trouble getting movement without significant overhaul from the two nodes. Godot has introduced so many new features and upgrades. It related to areas of parallax system didn't originally need support because they didn't exist. Okay. I recently ran into one such case when working on a forks lighting system. To achieve the lighting effect, mask overlay foreground, but then I guess it didn't work with the parallax background. Direct child of parallax background. Not only this, base class is canvas layer. Yeah, okay. So I think it's going to be better as a 2D, making it completely incompatible with this technique. Yeah, it sucks. Parallax effect, but also incredibly popular infinite scrolling. This is a cool little graphic. I really like this. Repeated by a value set in position, zips scrolls back over too far, makes it appear like it's repeating forever, deceiving the viewer. Okay, after consulting, there was clear there were two options. Wait until 5.0 and make a new node and a conversion tool. Bells and whistles. Okay, simplified workflow. Ability to follow camera rotation. Interesting. Compatibility with canvas grips and back buffer copy. Support for zooming out with camera 2D. That's nice. Auto scroll, improved documentation, and performance improvements. Okay, awesome. Mirroring doesn't mirror, but just repeats. Okay, so now it's just repeat, which is good because I often get confused. I don't work in 2D that much anymore, but when I do, I always had a hard time with parallax background, so I'm glad they've changed it. Where required direct child of something, like the only purpose it served for a for loop over its children to set values A nice shortcut, but not enough to warrant a whole separate core node and enforce that relationship. Okay, so it looks like there was not really any reason for it to be a canvas layer other than that. So now it's just a 2D node. Some new handy editor shortcuts were provided in their years. Parallax system was first put in place. Alternatively, if a user wants to update all the nodes via code, they need to write a script for it anyway, so not to mention to reintroduce them. Right. Okay, so if you're, because this is what I'm wondering, because canvas layers are kind of cool where you don't have to worry about the ordering. Like if it's a node 2D, like you saw before, it could be drawn in front of everything. The difference is now that you can choose, which is cool. It's going to give you a lot of options with the Parallax 2D. Will prevent zoom and rotate. You just want to make sure the Parallax 2D's follow viewport value matches the canvas layer's follow viewport enabled property. Heh. Follow viewport is ticked on. So I'm guessing if you tick that off, which one's this? It'll just stay there. Yeah, it's not even on there. Okay. Cool. So that's definitely what you want. Ignore camera scroll and screen offset. Parallax 2D follow viewport is enabled by default. That makes sense to me because most people are going to want that, right? This decision was made because Parallax backgrounds follow viewport and is not enabled, even though it is the following the viewport, which is confusing. Yeah, hell yeah. Auto scroll. In addition to the Parallax settings, honestly, that's it. Right. It's pretty straightforward. So thank you, Kishan, for helping me figure that out. That's nice. It's nice. I think that's going to be better. I'd be interested to know the 2D game makers out there. I kind of want to make a 2D game, low key. It's like 3D is kind of hard, you know? Not that 2D is easy, but like I feel like I could have a better handle on the art. Like I drew all of this except for the trees and it's like not that bad, you know? The effect on the dash is pretty average, but yeah, that's cool. What else have we got? Tile map layers, I still don't get that one, which means less clutter, simpler API. I'm gonna have to like read about that. Okay, we can now delete scenes. We already looked at that. FBX, let's jump back to 3D. I want to test that out. Okay. Let's have a look at, I guess we'll do it in the FPS controller because that one doesn't look a little bit jank at the moment. So let's find some FPX files to import and see what it does. That's literally all I'm going to do. I'm just going to drop some FPXs in. Open in File Manager. Thank you. Game assets. Let's go find some Cinti because hopefully this makes Cinti a little bit easier to work with. Where are they? Camera is off. Oh no. You know what? Oh, thank you for letting me know. I think I forgot to charge my camera. I forgot to plug the charger in. That's funny. Oh goodness. Okay. I got a temporary solution while I charge that back up for a second. Where's OBS? Turn that off. Add video capture device. Webcam. This is just a shitty webcam. Oh, it's not going to work. I probably need to restart. Okay, never mind. I don't have a solution for you. I'm just going to have to wait. That's okay though. Alrighty. I want to make a 2D game, but my idea for graphics would be too hard to do. Really? Harder than 3D, or just like what you want to do is just hard? Because I know I'm making it sound like, oh yeah, 2D is so easy, but like, yeah, if you wanted to do like something specific with the graphics, it's not really going to be like easier or worse, if that makes sense. Game assets. Okay, so I was finding something Cinti. Cinti assets. I know I've got some. There it is. Cinti. Sci-fi space. Yeah, let's do that. Blend. OBJ. Static meshes. Alright, let's just drop this whole thing in here. And see what it does. It's probably going to like die trying to import them. It hasn't even finished copying yet. This is probably going to break it. I probably shouldn't have switched back to this screen. Okay, well, I finished copying. Hopefully that doesn't affect how it does. But it seems to be importing the FBX, no problems. I don't have FBX to GLTF active on this. Super loud noises just happened and almost made me check my... Yeah, sorry about that. I think I knocked my microphone. How much of a delay is on this? What OS are you using? So what's new in 4.3? There's a lot of new stuff. I'm importing FBX files without the need for an external tool, which is freaking amazing. Honestly, it's the best thing ever. And Venomweed. Yes, babe, you called me. Venomweed, babe. The new 4.3 just dropped. 4.3 beta. We can finally import FBXs without needing an external tool. Venomweed is following. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Hey, that worked. It didn't work last time I had it set up. Or I didn't notice it working. Okay, here we go. This is a lot of files. I probably didn't need to bring in every single Cinti asset file, but I just did. Kishan, what OS am I using? I use Arch, by the way. Oh, I don't even have my camera. That would have been funnier. Yeah. I use Linux, and it's fine. I like it. I'm not even like an admin kind of guy. I don't work in that field. I prefer it. Okay. Do a NeoFetch. I don't have NeoFetch. Come on, bro. Are you for real? NeoFetch? I use FastFetch. Bruh. I probably just leaked sensitive information. I don't know, actually. Does that... FastFetch? I wouldn't even know. Yeah, NeoFetch has been depreciated. It's like not being worked on anymore. I want to do normal drawings. Dakota says I want to do normal drawings, but animation is hard. Yeah, that is actually a tough one. Also, another YouTuber had a good idea for line art shader that makes it less pixelated. Yeah. I think, what was it? I was watching a short the other day or something about Cuphead where they like literally hand animated everything, which is insane. Yeah, it got archived. Yeah. So I installed FastFetch. But, okay, so frame pretrans, like, okay, we just imported a bunch of FBX files. We didn't need to do anything fancy. Let's see how it looks. We just import like static mesh. Let's see how the bridge console. It still doesn't import the textures, which is super annoying. But that is still like, that is a relief because like dealing with assets prior to this was honestly kind of annoying. The scale isn't messed up either, which is actually amazing. And so what I normally do for Cinti specifically, because I find this issue, why are you using FBX? I work with GLB. Yeah, I do too, actually. I pretty much exclusively use GLTF. And it was because FBX imports sucked. But the new FBX importer, I'm just testing it out because it's new in 4.3. So let's see if we get the textures on this. Make local. Oh, it has an animation. That's interesting. Yeah. We got new FBX importer. Just gonna make things a million times easier. Look at this. What is this? Albedo. Let's just make unique and find the texture map that they have in this file somewhere. I know they keep it because I've used it when I've been working with their stuff before. Textures, here we go. Ship masks, ship texture, polyform. Okay, so signs, ships, planet cloud. They didn't. I forget. I don't know what you're responding to, but I'm sorry. They didn't fix auto tiling. They just worked it. Auto tiling. What was wrong with it? I don't actually know. I thought it was working pretty good. I'm trying to host a game server on my PC. It only works on LAN, not online. Online, why? Well, I mean, I don't know because I don't do online stuff. Last time I did that was like 2 years ago. Probably you want to look into like Wang tiles worked very weirdly. Works, yeah. Wang. I'm trying to think. I do have a project with that was weird. I do have a project with auto tiling that I can test out. Oi, make unique. Okay, that's definitely not what I wanted to put in. Okay, no. Space texture 1A. Yep, that's it. Okay, so you just have to bring the texture in. What is the animation? I don't see nothing. Anyway, that's still, I think that's a big improvement because like, even though I work with GLTF and I think a lot of Godot users work with GLTF, being able to purchase assets like Cinti assets is still something people want to do. I have a stack of them from like some cheap Humble Bundle that I got like years ago, you know? So if you, and even like when you're downloading stuff from Sketchfab for free, there's so many places where people will just give you a FBX file. And so having this is a big deal. Okay, I'm going to try to plug my camera back in. We're back. Hopefully it stays on this time. Cancel. Alright. 4.3 is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think it's a good update. I'm looking forward to, I think they said they're trying to get it going live in a month. FBX importer. I'm stoked on that. I think this is KA Galaxy. Hello. Welcome to the stream. All right. What are we doing? Okay, so we just checked out the FBX importer. It looks like it's working really well. I should probably test out importing like a mesh with the animation structure or something, see how it goes. Even like, oh man, what's that animation, Mixamo? Like all that stuff is FBX. So being able to import from that is going to be a huge deal for a lot of people. We might not even need to work in Blender at some point. Maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but you know, that's pretty cool. Okay, I got an archive. What's going on here? Okay, next. What's next? UFBX. Yeah. We looked at the O's, automatic checking for engine updates. Still does some work. Pack byte arrays, interactive music support. I don't know if I'm going to be able to check that. Create complex. Let's just have a look at the docs though. Like audio stream interactive, audio stream playlist. Where's my project? Let's just work in here. Audio listener, audio stream player. That looks different. Does that look different? Yo, what the heck? Audio stream player looks different, right? Audio stream generator, audio stream microphone, stream playlist, interactive, stream MP3 of folders. Okay, I'm a bit confused. It's a canvas layer now. New stream types, audio stream interactive. Audio stream playlist. Oh, there it is there. Huh. And then you can just add like a bunch of clips. I wonder if I've got something that I've got stuff. I've got assets I can test with this. This is fun. Okay, let's go back to the game assets. I've got tons of music. Sorry, I'm a bit lost. Sketchfab can auto-convert to GLTF. Yeah, I know. Okay, so there's a lot. We don't need to use FBXs. It's just cool that you can now. I think that's cool. I'll probably still use GLTF because FBX is, I don't know, I've never had a good experience with them. We'll see. Maybe my opinion will change. I just think it's good that we have an importer. I think it's important for when they implement the asset store for a lot of companies that are going to want to bring their assets from Unity, from Unreal, into the Godot asset store whenever that launches. So it's important, but yeah, we like our GLTF. Low poly. Okay, I'm looking for music. Like how YouTube lagged behind about 30 seconds. I only just realized. Yeah. Oh yeah. The live for YouTube is like, it's slow. Well, no, it's not slow. It's like if you pause it, when you replay it, it'll just play off from where you left off, and like I'll just be in the future somewhere, and you have to click that little live button. If that's what you mean. Happens to me all the time. I like watching on YouTube because I have YouTube Premium, so I don't have to watch ads. But Twitch is, in my opinion, for live, Twitch is a little bit better experience. Depends what you're watching, as well. Hey, I'm still looking for sounds. Concentrate. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Because I've been thinking about, sorry, I just like my brain is going a million miles an hour. I want to put sounds into the FPS template, and I've always noticed that, like in more modern FPS games, when you're firing, as you start to get to the end of the clip, you run out of ammo. As you're running out of ammo, in Russia, we all have YouTube Premium. That's cool. Is it just like the ads don't play in Russia, or is it something else? Forward port the server using on your router UNP. Godox can tell you UNP. Sounds scary. Okay, searching for music. Focus. Sounds. That's just, it makes so much sense that I have something called sounds. Yes. So you all have premium, or ads just don't play, or both? I don't understand. Doesn't matter. You guys, it's different over there. You're not run by capitalists. Actually, that's not true. Anyway. I won't pretend I know about politics. Ads just don't play, yeah. I need some ambient music. Let's have a good. Okay, intensity 1, 2. Okay, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I don't know if this is good music. I'm just going to roll with it. Let's open up. I've got that file open already. Let's go back here. Example world. Let's drag that in. Let's import these waves that I was trashing. I was trashing waves before, but now they're great. Love waves. Out the way. Okay, let's pause the chill jazz music for a second, and let's have a look at this add clip. Right, okay, so we've got intensity 1, and we can add clip. Intensity 2, whoops, intensity 2, and then you've got main. Okay, so we've got 2 sets of intensities. How does it work? Initial clip, and then you've got, okay, can I rename this? 1. 2, just to make it easier. And so it just plays the first one. How do I get it to play the second one? Okay, stop playing for a second. Autoplay, stream pause, mix target, stereo surround center. Switch to clip. It's got to be something on the script. Let's add a script to it. And it's an audio stream player. And I guess I'm just going to get access to the stream on ready. I don't even know if I need it on ready. Int stream. That's bad typing, bad me. Int stream equals the stream, right? So now we've got that. Let's just say that it's an interactive stream. I want to get to the, I need to know the functions for it. Interactive, audio stream interactive. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so add transition. This audio stream can play back music interactively, combining clips and a transition table. Clips must be added first, and the transition rules via the add transition. Additionally, this stream export a property parameter to control the audio player stream today. This stream export that feels like there's a spelling mistake there. The way this is used is by filling a number of clips and then configuring the transition table from there. Clips are selected for playback, and the music will go smoothly from the current to the new one while using the corresponding transition rule. So we've got clip count and we've got initial clip. Okay, so that we add a transition, we ease, okay, we get clip auto advance next clip, get clip name, yada, yada, yada. So let's see if we can do this. This is exciting. Set clip names. Has transition, get transition. Oh man. Okay, so I think I need to add a transition first, right? Return to hold. Because you don't want it to just go next. You want it to play at the same time. Although, I think they're supposed to play at the same time. Right? I think they're supposed to play at the same time, and maybe this is not what I'm thinking. Add transition, erase trans, because it's just going to play the two separate. Maybe this is not the right path that I'm going up. KA Galaxy, thank you for following. Or Car Galaxy, whichever. It's all good. I gotta read. Okay, we got audio stream playlist to create complex layered interactive. That's what I want. Maybe it needs to be audio stream synchronized. I don't know. I'm going to have to read the docs on all of these. This stream that can be fitted with substreams which can be played in sync. The streams being at exactly the same time when play is pressed and will end when the last of them ends. It is one of the substream loops will then continue to play. I feel like maybe this is probably what I want. Add stream, this one here, and then add stream. Synchronize sounds right? And we'll go with that. And it plays both of them, but then you can change the volume. Something like that. Holy arguments on the holy arguments on the add transition. Yeah, that looked tough. Like I saw that and I was like, I really don't want to have to grapple with that. Where was that? That was insane. Like from clip to clip, from time to time, fade mode. And none of these are, I mean, it starts being optional here. Use filler clip. This is cool though, because you're going to be able to do some really sick things. Like that game that everyone likes. It's an FPS game. It's like with you're a robot going to hell. I forget the name of it. It's really famous. Shit. It's an indie game. Come on, people, help me out here. Indie game where Ultra Kill. Thank you. Yes, Ultra Kill. You could probably get some like Ultra Kill level music going on with this shit. I think, like, you know, all the different layers, transitions. It all sounds like, I imagine you've got like multiple audio stream interactive. You've got an audio stream interactive, and within that, oh, it crashed. No, get back here. I've lost it. It's under documents, Godot 4.3 beta. Oh, that's the archive file. I want this. Awesome. Okay, let's get back. I believe it was this. Oh, making music is easy. The trick is just to have done it for 10 years or more. So if you've been making music for 10 years, you'll know how to make music. So that's my advice. It's tough. That's all I can say. I am like self-taught and I've been doing it for a long time, but it's like there's just things you don't know and you're never good. There's just people that'll be like, I've been doing music for a year and they're making like killer albums and you're just sitting there like, I play guitar. I pluck string. It sound good, yeah? Okay, I was making sounds. Audio stream player 2D and give us a synchronized, oh fuck's sake. Mate, get your shit together. Okay. Sorry for swearing, everybody. It's annoying. Okie dokie. Yeah. Dabble in LMM. What is LMMS? I didn't know that. Oh, it's like making music. Digital Audio Workstation. It's a DAW that I've never heard of. But it runs in Linux. That's cool. I should check it out. I use Reaper. It's really good. Okay, so we're making music. I'm totally sidetracked by all these crashes. Audio stream player. Give us a synchronize. We're going to do this. And this music kind of sucks. I'm just saying. It's free and open source. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what you want. Ambient music pack. Yeah. Well, it's been a long time since I used FL Studio. Last time I used FL Studio was in like 2007, which is like aging me a bit. And I used to pirate it. Don't tell. And I liked it, but I feel like it was kind of, now that I've like had more experience using DAWs, it kind of felt like it was a bit against, or maybe I just didn't understand it because like I didn't really feel like it worked with the structure of music, because you could make like little loops on the loop thing on the left, and like, but how did you turn that into like music? I don't know. It was just sort of, it felt like it was just a tool for making loops. But that, maybe it's just me, and I didn't use it for that long, and then I switched to, well, I didn't use a DAW for ages, right? Like I used Cakewalk because it's just what my band member used, and then eventually when I got back into it on my own, I used Reaper. Yeah, I think it's really good for electronic music. Okay, I need like good music right now. Black metal. Oh, you're making black metal in FL Studio. So I guess it can be used to make like full songs. It just felt like it was very much for making electronic loops. Horror music sound pack. Okay, I feel like they've only got 2 levels of intensity, but I'm gonna bring in some horror music because that's like more fun than whatever we were listening to before. What do you think sounds good? Arachnids? Does anyone like spiders? There's tons of them where I live. Let's go with that. Okay. Does it sound like spiders to you though? Yeah, I guess I'll say yes. I was hoping for something a little bit more intense. FL Studio is better at handling audio samples. Yeah. Yeah, and that's probably true because like when I was making music, it was just like guitars and like not really that much electronic. There was, I always use electronic drums because I don't know a drummer. But yeah, everything was just done with audio inputs. Reaper is free. Yeah, I paid for the license though, and then they updated it for Reaper 7. And now they want more money. And I haven't paid for it yet. I think I will eventually. I really like the product. Anyway, Arrhythmia. But can you save and export? Yeah. Yeah, it's fully functional. It's awesome. I want something upbeat. Nah. I'm not going to get what I'm looking for, am I? Okay, we're just going to go with arrhythmia then. Actually, there was one before that. Yeah, I'm done with this. I'm in the trial. Yeah, with the trial with Reaper, you can just use it. It's kind of like, what's that other zip software, like WinRAR? Is that what it's called? Where it's like asking you for money, but you can just say like, okay, no thanks. And they just let you use it, which is really nice of them. But yeah, I paid for the license. But that was a long time ago. I paid for the license in like 2017. And then when it WinZip, is that what it's called? And when I upgraded to version 7, it was like, hey, we want some more money, which is pretty good. Like considering like a lot of software these days is like software as a service, and they're freaking making you pay like $100. I think of Sublime Text, yeah. Like so much software these days is software as a service, and they want your $20 a month, your $50 a month. Photoshop is like 100, maybe not 100. I want to say like 80 Australian dollars per month. It's insane. And then Reaper's just like, yeah, swing us a 60, bro. And we've got you. And then like 5 years later, they want another 60. I mean, I'll give it to them, even if they don't stop me from using the software. It's a pretty good deal. Okay, let's see if we can get this working. We got streams, we play, it plays both. So my question is, crashed again. Is that your door of choice? Was looking for one since, yeah, I use Reaper. That's it there. I won't open it because I'm scared of what it's going to do to my audio. I need to test it like off stream to see how OBS and Reaper play together, because in the past they haven't. But I haven't tested in a really long time, and Godot 4.3 just keeps crashing. It's been like, 20 minutes I've been trying to set up for this. We'll get there. GitHub Godot 4.3 beta. Give it to me. Morning, Ricardo. Yeah. We are doing music. Well, we're not doing music. We're doing, we're playing with the audio stream synchronized, because it's a new node and I think it's fun. And I don't know. I don't want arachnids. Gosh, come on. I want arrhythmia, I think was the one I liked. Quick TLDR on Reaper. Well, I mean, it just feels like any other DAW that I've used, to be honest, but I haven't used Pro Logic. I've only used like FL Studio, Cakewalk, and now Reaper. Oh, I used, what's the one that everyone uses these days? It's like yellow. Sorry, on Stream Player. Oh, yeah, okay, so we've got a new a new audio stream. I guess it's just a new audio stream. So we've got three. We've got playlist, we've got interactive, and we've got synchronized. And what they do is playlist lets you switch between tracks. I'm not sure about interactive yet, but we're looking at synchronized, which lets you load multiple tracks. And so a little while back, I got access to these sounds here where they have layers. So I've got Horror Volume 4, and it's got Layer 1 and Layer 2. And each of them sounds like a certain kind of way. This is like a violin, I guess. Or it could be a cello or something. And this has got like the high-pitched, scary stuff, right? Because it's a horror pack. And I guess prior to this, there wasn't really a way. You just do it manually, right? You just have multiple audio stream players. But now we can just play them both at the same time. And I'm wondering if there's a way that you can just control how, if they play together or not, if it's just the volume. So, I think I've got this open here, no? Audio stream interactive, audio stream synchronized. Okay, so I think it just expects you to stream with the volume. Right, so a stream that can be fitted with substreams, which will be played in sync, which is the important part. The streams being at exactly the same time when the play is pressed, and end when the last of them ends. So realistically, this is great if you want to play all these like layered tracks. I am such an underachiever. That's probably true. I'll be honest with you. Yes. Yes, I am, but I don't know why you're calling me that. Legends of the Fall? Legends of the Fail? Is it a meme, I guess? I don't know. Whatever, man. Chuck me a follow, Legends of the Fail. You're an achiever in my heart. Hey, man, I'm out here. We're just having fun, bro. Okay, so get sync stream volume and set sync stream volume. I think we can just like control it with that. I think that's really the way we're going to do it. And I think it's going to be cool. I wonder if I could set up like a node here. It's just going to be a static body for whatever. And as we get closer to it, the second volume increases. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do it in a lazy kind of way. I think I'm just going to give this like a mesh. We had like a bunch of meshes imported. So you could fade. Yeah, exactly. You can fade. I'm going to try to do it with like the proximity to an object, because I think that's like something that you would want to do, right? And then you could have things like, I've always wanted to, something that I've been thinking about is like a system where you're in combat and there's some kind of like intensity variable that's getting pushed upwards as you like, as like more things are happening within the combat. And as that intensity variable goes up, more different things are happening in the music, which is what this would be great for. Something like that. Let's add, I need a mesh. I've got tons of them. Static mesh. I'm scared of this crashing now. Bridge, ceiling, bridge, chair. It's just like, as you get closer to the chair, it's going to get scarier. We'll go with that. Give this a collision shape. Oh, this is new. Single convex. Interesting. Make unique. And then make unique. And we will just grab that texture and chuck that on. So we actually have a chair. Cool. Reset the position. Awesome. Okay, so now we have an object that we can see and we can get closer to. I'm just gonna be lazy and add a script and get like the player. Like, I'm not gonna worry too much about detecting the player and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna grab a drink of water, guys. I'll just be back in a second. Alrighty, we are back. So I got some water. So you guys don't have to listen to too much vocal fry as I talk. Okay, so let's set this up so that the volume gets higher. We've got the audio stream player. I guess I'm going to need access to that. We're just going to do something quick and dirty. Okay. I gotta like put some like I gotta like get something playing while I disappear. If I go to get a drink, just like play someone else's YouTube video, pull up something from GWiz or something. Okay, so we've got the audio stream player, we've got the character body, and so now we're gonna need access to the streams. I guess, like we did before. Audio stream, and it's an audio stream synchronizer. Synchronized, and it's going to be equal to. Oh, fuck. Dude, it's so annoying. Okay, so let's get back into it. We didn't. Oh my god. I wonder if it's this unstable on other platforms. It is a beta after all. Okay. I'm glad I've saved that. So this is an audio stream synchronized, and it's just going to be equal to the audio. Well, we'll set it. Actually, this will need to be on ready, I think, if I'm going to do that. Equal to the audio stream player dot stream. Something like that. Okay. And let's get back. I'll keep minimizing the chat every time I have to open up Godot again. Okay, so we've got that. We just need to, what are my options here? I just need to get sync stream. So I probably just need a copy of both of them. There's only two, so we don't need to do anything too complicated. Get sync stream, and it just wants the index. So that's really set sync. Okay, that's so simple. So we just need set sync stream volume in the thing, and I guess we need a variable sync stream volume. Fuck. Oh my god. It's going to be a grind to get this out. Maybe Godot 3.5 ain't ready yet. This shop has... Oh, it doesn't even have any of the stuff that I set up before. Oh, we'll worry about that. It fucking crashed again, didn't it? I don't know if we're going to be able to get through it. I really want to test this out, though. If it crashes a couple more times, I'll just give up and we can switch to like working on my own project. I've got a lot of stuff to do that I'm putting off by messing around in this. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's me or it's just like the new build or something like that. I'm not too sure, honestly. Okay, so we had the audio stream, and we want to set a volume based on the distance from the player. So we're going to have stream volume. And I guess I want to set this to something simple. So this one here, we'll go from 0 to like -60, I guess. That's fine, right? And then we just need the variable for the player character. So the distance equals position. It needs to be a vector too. We're just going to do it on the. We could do it with the vector 3. I don't know actually. I'm really bad at vector math. So we're going to need to go position minus the player character's position. And that'll give us a vector 3, or we could go distance 2 and another vector 3. That's probably going to be a little bit simpler. And right now, I'm just kind of curious what kind of values I'm going to get out of that, if I've got that round the right way, if I need to swap it. So I'm going to run the game. So we got 14. Oh my god. And it gets closer to 0. That's exactly what I want, right? And so when we're on it, we're basically there. And so now I just need to set like a lower value and an upper value that when it starts kicking in. So like maybe around 10, we want to start fading in that second field. And when we get to 0, we're going to be like full on scary music time. Okay. So how do we do that? We need var max distance. And I'm going to make that 10, didn't I say? And var min, well, we don't need a minimum distance because we just make it 0. Or do we set it? Oh, well, let's set it. Min distance. It equals, make it 1. And I want to do the same with stream volume, like an upper and lower band, so I can just like lerp between them. So we're going to set this as min stream volume, and then we're going to go max stream volume, and this will be 0 dB. Not going to worry about too much about the math right now. We're just trying to get some minimal viable product. Okay, so now that we've got that, we can say if distance is greater than max distance, then then we want to go audio stream player. I'm just going to go straight to it. I'm just going to cut it off. Actually, I can't do that. That's not going to be a good idea. So I might need to go like create another variable called var stream volume. Yeah, I still need that variable, right? So that we can lerp between all of these different values. I think. I don't know. We'll see. Audio stream player dot stream. Oh, I've got it there. Come on, bro. Dot set. What is it called? Give me that. Nah. Audio stream synchronized. Set string sync volume. Give me that. And this. And it wants that. So that's, I'm guessing it starts from 0. So I'll pass in 1. Float get sync stream. Oh, I want to set it. I don't want to get it. Well, actually, you know what? I don't necessarily want to do that. I just want to say that the stream volume should be the min stream volume. So we'll set the stream volume equal to the, actually, should I lerp it? Lerp between the max distance and the min distance and clamp it. And then the very last line, so the very last line of this is going to be audio stream dot set whatever it's called, set synced. It's not there yet. Set sync stream volume. And the very last line is going to be like setting that one, and it'll just be stream volume, and then I'll just lerp the stream volume above, something like that. Indented if block. Oh yeah, it's still mad about this. So I'm going to say that the stream volume, I need two variables, don't I? I need the current stream volume and then what I want to lerp to. Something like that. I remember how to do this. I promise I'm good at my job. It's not my job, but okay. So we want to say min stream volume bro. Bro. Stream volume. Zero. Ugh. Gonna need like an audio stream dot set synced. Can't remember the function name. Set sync stream volume. I'm very close to the edge. I'm really curious about this. But yeah, it's starting to get very frustrating. I've got to go work on an inventory system. That was what I was going to do after this. I don't really want to do it because it's going to be hard. So I'd rather just mess around with this. I'm procrastinating by doing other work. Okay, so audio stream volume, just be stream volume. And then what we want to do is, I'm just going to try to go quick. We won't even worry about so we'll just go if distance is greater than max distance, then the stream volume equals the min stream volume. Actually, we want to go the opposite. We want it to get quieter as you go further away. And then if distance is less than the max distance, then we want to do something in between, right? Like stream volume will be equal to the distance, but it's going to be negative distance because it's a positive number, right? So negative distance. Just finish my inventory system because yeah. I want to do immersive sim style inventory system too. I've made a Minecraft style one, and that was it was okay. It wasn't mine. I followed a tutorial by Devlog Logan. I just wanted to know how people do it. I wasn't interested in trying to figure it out myself. I was like, someone just show me how this is done, and then I'll try and build something myself, right? Because I know what I want. I just I did the same one. Yeah, it's really good. So yeah. So, okay, we're trying to go quick. This is probably going to sound horrible. Hope that I don't blow out speakers. Guys, turn your speakers down. Nah, it'd be fine. If distance is less than the minute distance, I forgot to put the E on that variable, then the stream volume will be equal to the max stream volume. With no lerping, because can't be bothered to think about it, the max stream volume. So it's just gonna, well, I guess it'll lerp once it's in this range here. And I'm kind of curious to see what this gets set to. Protect your eardrums. You know what I'm gonna do, stream volume? I can come in here and just turn this master down a little bit, just in case. I'm gonna set it to autoplay. So I can make game mode style object menu. Yeah, I think inventory systems are really common in games, but coding one up is actually pretty tedious and it's challenging. Okay, so we'll set this to autoplay. Okay. I hear. I don't know if you guys can. It's negative 60. I think this is good. Okay. Let me turn this back up just so in case you guys can't hear that. Let's get that back up to 0. Sounds like it's, yeah, I think it's working. This is cool. This is only coming out of the left ear for me. Right, sorry. And then you get closer and you hear that. That's cool. I love it. The only thing I would do is I'd work out a way to lerp between negative 60 because it comes in really suddenly. Because negative 9 dB is like pretty high already, you know? That's so cool. I'm excited about this particular thing. I think this is going to make making sound in Godot a lot of fun. Because prior to this, it was like, I mean, it was always possible, but it was just more work. Like that's like literally, I mean, it's obviously very basic. Like I'm not doing any lerping, but it's honestly, it's so easy. Guys, making games is so easy. No, this is exciting. This is cool. Alrighty. How are we doing for time? Should I start working on my inventory system? I really don't want to. It's going to be hard. Alrighty. Oh no, monetization is turned off. Turn it on, quick. They have to watch ads anyway. Okay, cool. Inventory system time. Close this. I'll leave that open. Open up regular old Godot. FPS game project. Let's bring back the jazz. So what I'm doing at the moment, I've got a new inventory. So basically, I mean, if you've used the devlog Logan one, that's what I've currently got going in the system. I'll run this game so you guys can see. I've got like your basic inventory system here. I can't equip this weapon because it'll crash. But the thing is, like, this is good for like certain kinds of games, but if you're trying to make like an immersive sim like inventory system, oh, it crashed. Then this is essentially not what you want. You want, like, say, the weapon to take up 2 slots and the assault rifle maybe to take up 3. Stuff like that. I can't even pick this up. Oh yeah, there it goes. And so you want these to take up more space, and I think it's possible. I want to do one kind of from scratch, not entirely from scratch. They don't release expected dates for the stable version, Ricky. It says in the announcement for the beta that that they plan to have it out by a month, but it depends on how quickly they fix up the bugs. Yeah, so this is what I'm going for. I want to do like a system, kind of like System Shock. This is my mock-up. It's very, very professional mock-up. So where's my browser? So like System Shock, I guess. Remake inventory. Prey 2017. You know, something like this where some weapons can be bigger and other objects so take up more space. And then there's an equipment bar where things don't take up space. So there's 2 things to think about. But I just want to work on getting something going. Is this the original System Shock? I don't know. I never played it. Because I think it'd be fun to have something like this, to be able to make something like this with probably not as much depth because I'm just one guy, but like, you know, that's what I'm thinking. And I was using some help from Mrs. He's got like a paste bin from ages ago. I think this video is like 5 years old, 2018. So it's not exactly up to date, which means, but I'm sort of just using it as like a theoretical thing because I'm not like professional computer engineer. So I don't actually know sometimes, and I need help. Dude, what is this music? Rocket Power by Kevin MacLeod. Okay. So doesn't Resident Evil 2? Yeah. Deus Ex has one. Prey 2017 has one. Like, it's a really popular way of doing it. And so, like, if you look at the Devlog Logan one, it's pretty straightforward. It's just an array. That's how it gets it. Like, if you look at the inventory and how it populates, this music feels loud. If you look at how it populates everything, it just, all it does, where's the script, is it takes the inventory data and then it just loops over that. First, it deletes everything in the grid, and then it just repopulates it every single time you move something, which is fine. It's not a big deal, but essentially, it just takes everything that's in the inventory array and adds a inventory slot to that. Now, if you want to have like multiple objects, you need to loop over every single X and Y, if that makes sense. So this is sort of the bit of code snippet that I took, where you're creating a size based on a grid array, so a cell size, and then you're creating a dictionary of X and Ys, and then you just loop over them and set them to true or false. I think it's a good idea. You could also do it with a grid container. I've been thinking about this. I could use a grid container, but the thing with grid containers is if you put something in there that's different from what like you want it to be. So these squares, they're 64 by 64, but if I put in like a 28 by 28, 128 by 128, like these Godot icons, it's gonna throw the grid out. So you can't like, see how it like messes up with the sizing? So you would need to break that down into, I guess it would be 4, right? You would need to break that down into 4 separate slots. I'm not exactly sure how that would work. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility of like using grid container to validate the location that you want to drop your item in, and then putting a texture over the top to represent that. I think that could work, but also just creating like a logical dictionary of X and Y's based on the size of the grid probably would work too. There's limitations when it comes to screen size and all that kind of stuff, so I've got to think about that. But right now I'm just trying to get something working so I can start thinking about how I want to do this, learn more about like just information flow and all that kind of stuff, because I'm a big dum-dum. So I'm just working through that. So where was I? I was inserting an item. So that's what I was working with. And so maybe I should bring this over so you guys can see what I'm reading off. So what he did is insert item. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to get the actual position of the item that you want to insert, and then you add the position of the cell size. So we're going to get item position is the, yeah, right, okay, so the global position plus the cell size divided by 2. So that's like the center of the cell that you're in, if that makes sense. And then you want to try and find its position to grid, which I think I'm happy with that. We're dividing it by this. Basically, you're finding out where the position that you're passing into, and then display on shelf. Just finished setting up the inventory to display on shelves, so you can actually see if the shelf is empty and what's on it. That's cool. So yeah, so now I've got a position and I've got the results, and basically I'm just dividing that by the cell size so that we know where it is in relation to the grid. And now get grid size. That's just like we pass in the item and return the size of the grid. Oh my god, my brain is going to explode, but I'm confident that I can just work through this. Believe in myself. Okay, so we are inserting an item. So we have considered so now we've got to work out if is grid space available, right? Which is kind of difficult because you need to not only consider the square that you're dropping the object onto, but you need to consider the objects around that like extra shape that you're pulling. So if it's like an oblong or whatever. So in the case of the examples that I have here, you need to imagine the anchor point's up here. This is here. Can I grab something else, please? And we want to drop this here. It's going to reject because this particular square is going to return false instead of true, and it won't let you put it there. And maybe once we do that, we will allow it to just like go to the next available space or something like that. We'll think about it. That's a bit down the line. Okay, so all we're doing is we're checking to see if it's outside of this space. Could you instantiate the item twice? If it's size 2, then place a large mesh on top. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. It's going to be 2D. So probably... yeah, well, if I was working with the grid container, then yeah, I would need to instantiate 2 objects. Like one to keep track of where it is and one to like represent it. It's originally what I was thinking to do, but I'm going to try this just to get more information about different techniques that work. Okay, so if grid space is available, we've got that. So now we're just looping over the different sizes. So if it's outside, we return false. If it's item size is less than width, item size plus item. All right, so if it's on the edge, then it returns false. And then we're going to loop over the size plus I'm using a vector 4 here, which is why it looks a bit confusing. Item size is the starting point, item size plus item size dot x, which is actually I'm not calling this function yet, but it's going to be the grid position and the item size. So let's start by passing this function in. So I want to go if is grid space available, then it takes a vector 4, so I'll go vector 4, and it's going to be grid position x. I suppose I could just pass in 2 vector 2s. Anyway, grid position, I'll do this dot y. And then it wants a z, which is going to be item position, right? Item size. Not item position, item size dot x, and then item size dot y. And then we can go down here, and I'll just type pass for a second while I think about what I want to do. I'm going to need to set the grid space. So that if that returns true, then we can place the item in that spot, right? So we're dragging it around, which we don't even have a way to do yet. Whoa. And then once it's let go, we say, okay, now we need to set all of these spots to be false instead of true, or true instead of false. I can't. One or the other. Right, it's going to be true. Let me create that function. So down here, going to be func set grid space, and it's going to be a vector. So we'll say like item size. It's not really the item size, it's the size and the position. I don't know how to like turn that into a variable name though, but we'll go with it. And it will be true. So that'll be set. No, what's a good word for that? Like taken. And it is a bool. And I don't know if it returns anything. This, I'm going to type out, it returns a bool. So now we know. Okay, so the grid space, this is pretty easy. So we want to go I in range, and it'll be the item size. It'll be the X. It'll be item size dot, it'll be Z plus X plus X plus, and then item size X. So it's the same as here before. I'm getting confused. It's literally this, X item size. It's hard to keep track of because it says Z and I'm getting confused. Okay, and then whoa. For J in range, item size dot Y, item size dot Y plus item size dot W. And then we can say the grid, which is the dictionary, and we pass in I and J, and it will be set to taken. And I'm actually going to change that to state. Okay. We're not going to be able to test this for a while, which is going to be kind of annoying. We're just going to be stuck. We're going to be stuck. Yeah, it's going to be annoying. Actually, we're going to be working on this code for a bit before we can actually see if it's working. But I don't know, I guess we just persist with it, don't we? Okay, so we've set that, and now we need to call that here. Get grid size, set grid size. Which function am I working on? Insert item. Insert item, and it's going to be the same as before. So I just copy and paste that, no problems. Okay, and then what are we doing here? Item dot global position equals global position plus grid position. It sets it at the center. One argument should be control, but it is vector for insert item. I'm calling the wrong function. It should be set grid space, and then it needs to be true. Nice. Okay. Now it's happy. Okay. Item rect. That. Times cell size. Okay. Items.append item. That's not going to work for me because I don't have an item script yet. Oh, this is this array. Items.append item. And then we're going to return true. Else return false. And I guess this returns a bool. Okay, so now we can insert an item. It gets set to the array, it gets pushed into the dictionary, which is just the grid. That makes sense. Man, this sucks. I really don't want to do it because it's just like converting a Godot 3.5 script to Godot 4 and also making it suit your project. And then potentially just throwing it all out because you want to do something yourself, but you're like, just need a little bit of help. But that's like a lot of stuff, right? I'm essentially studying right now. Okay, so I've lost my place a bit. So we've got ready, we've got insert item, we need to get grab item. Okay. Grab item, and then we want a position. Oh, that's taken. I guess it's going to be a vector too. YouTube random ChatGPT. I don't use ChatGPT. Then fine, I'll do it myself. But like in that process, you're learning how everything can go together, and so you know you're going to take like a little bit of everything and have your own ideas about how it needs to work. Like I haven't worked much with UIs prior to this, and like the way that information flows in like arrays and vectors, I forget what the term is, but that's like that's good stuff to learn, and I haven't done much of it, so I'm happy to be getting through it. It's just a little bit tedious, you know. And like I understand the concept. It's just like, you know, it would take me way longer to do it myself, and I would probably do a bad job. So just someone show me, because I don't know. Okay. Well, not really, no. I'm an accountant, so we do code sometimes, but not much. It's a lot of ones and zeros. It's more like there is still like translation in terms of skills because we work with a lot of data. And so like I learned, the first programming language I learned really was SQL at work. And then because you had to write SQL to get data out of the accounting system. And then like you're going to learn Visual Basic, and like Excel is kind of like programming anyway. Like you're writing functions into the cell space and the variables are just cells. So like you sort of pick it up as you go, and then by the end of it, it turns out you can code. Nah, it took me ages. Took me ages to learn. So most of it is designing UIs. I want to learn how to make, I want to learn web dev, but every time I try to do it, it's like there's so many layers of technology all stacked on top of each other. And I feel like learning it, I really have to go back to like pure JavaScript and HTML and like work my way up through like a decade of technology before I can fully understand why people are doing the things they're doing. It's tough. Like I reckon it's really hard. Okay, we're grabbing items. They used Excel? That's crazy. Not even we would use Excel. I use Excel. I have Excel. I have a database because it's crazy. Like I have access to Power BI, so I could create my own database, but it just never works the way I want it to. So I have a database full of transactions because I need to make sure that they balance between two pieces of systems, like two ERP systems. They need to be the same, but they don't operate on the same level. And so I need to pull down the data for the entire history. And I've got like 40,000 lines across 2 sheets in spreadsheets. And I'm comparing the balances of every single transaction. It's crazy. And that's a lot. It's like a 40 megabyte file and it's hard to work with. It's Access, Microsoft Access. Yeah, it's a lot. But it's one of those things where it's like, if it works, it works, you know? I'm not going to question it. I tried to put it into Microsoft Access and I had a hard time with it. Access is really good if you know how to use it, but I haven't had a lot of experience with it. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemies. I think they're trying to use like Power BI for everything now, right? Like that's like their new database software. I don't know, they chop and change so much. I grab item. Okay, so get item under position. I understand what's going to happen here. Get item under position, pass in the position, create the function. It's going to return an item. I already know that. Which are currently just control nodes. There'll be something else eventually. I'm just using that as a placeholder. Dun dun. If item is null, then return null. That makes sense. Oop, I'm just going to copy and paste. I really shouldn't though. I want to understand this. Anyway, that was an easy one. Pos get item under position is the function that... Oh, it doesn't return a control node. How dare it? I've got to find this function. Get item for items and items. Has point. Okay, I understand what's happening here. For item in items, if item dot get. This is global rect, so we want to just look for global position, I think. I'm going to have some trouble with the changeovers. It doesn't know that this is a control node. Item global position. Dot has point. Is that the right? Yeah, its global position is the right variable that I'm looking for. Dot has point. And then we pass in the position. Does that function still exist in Godot 3, in Godot 4? It's still not happy. It wants me to put that and then put pass. Cannot find property has point on base vector 2. Maybe I'm using the wrong variable here. Get rect. Global rect? I think must be what I'm trying to... There is a global rect, right? Get global rect. Yes. Global rect. Let's go with that. Now it's happy. Not all code paths return a value. Well, I'm not done yet. Well, here we're going to return the item. And then else will be... Actually, just at the end we can return null. Alrighty. Alright, that works. Happy days, happy days. And what else is next? We are... Okay, so we've tested, we've grabbed the item. Right, okay. Where's my... Get back to this. Insert item. Gpos, pos to grid. Item size. No, we want to grab item. That's what we're doing. Okay, so if it is, we're going to do an item. We're going to set the position. Grab item, return null. Here we go. So we want the item position. Equals rect, global rect. Plus vector 2 I cell size divided by 2. Cell size divided by 2. Is there a way, like, it's getting really mad at me when I'm doing this. It's saying integer division, and it's like, but I want to do that, and I'm okay with it. Invalid rect2 and vector 2 I rect global position. Dot size, I guess. Or maybe we just want to get global position. Go with that. Grid position. Grid position is equal to... I lost my place. Lost my place. Position to grid coordinate. And then we pass in the item position. Okay, makes sense. Item size equals get grid size. And then it wants a vector. It wants an item. Got the right. I'm not. Item. And then finally, we're going to, actually this is not going to be finally, well, kind of, set grid space, and we're going to pass in a vector 4, which is going to be the item position plus the grid position. So we just have to do this with x and y's, item position. It's going to need to be grid position first, if I remember correctly. Grid position dot x, grid position dot y, item position dot x, item position dot y, and then it wants a state, and it's going to be false because that item's area is no longer occupied. MSG, like the salt? I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Right now I am not teaching, I am learning. I kind of feel like I've taught everything that I know. Like I'm sort of like at the limit of things I could teach. Because I'm not like, this isn't my career, you know? And it's just like, there was some things that I noticed that I was figuring out, that people hadn't made videos on yet, and now it's like there's tons of people making videos, and also like I've shown you all the things I already know. It'd just be rehashes. So maybe like so what has it been, like in July it will be a year since the FPS tutorial. Maybe like around that same time I should do another one where it's just like the third person shooter tutorial. It's the same thing, but like people who want to watch who want to make like a TPS instead of an FPS. Or like I really wanted to make a like a top-down shooter tutorial. It's the same fundamental thing, but so like maybe other people who have already watched some of my other videos wouldn't get anything out of it, but people who want to make a top-down shooter could use it to make a top-down shooter. I don't know. Just ideas. Oh yeah, you should. I think personally, Ricky, I think making videos on like showing how to do things makes you just better at doing things in general, not like in sort of like a teaching is the best way to learn. That's just how I feel. And so like there's multiple motivations for me when I made videos, was just like it's going to help me put my ideas into words, and people haven't made videos on these kinds of things yet, so I should. And then I sold out and made a bunch of videos, sponsored videos and stuff. Didn't work out though. It wasn't that bad. I think it went okay, actually. But they were like more devlogs, I think. And the first one got like good views, but then the next two didn't. Actually, the last one did really badly. I felt really bad about that. Oh well. Can't win them all. Okay, so we're setting grid space. And we've done that, and now we want to remove, but that's not the function anymore, so it's item dot remove at. Or is it not items dot remove at, and it wants a position, but we're going to get item under position. What does that return? It returns the item, so we're actually going to need to find, it wants the index. So we're going to need to pull that up. So that's going to be like item index. is equal to items dot, find, and it wants the variant, which is item, and we can start, actually that's an optional parameter, we'll just leave that off. So find item and then remove at that. Okay. Okay. Have I made this yet? I don't know if I'm done. How many lines do I have? Pretty similar amount. I think I'm missing a function. I'm missing this function insert available. Like I've got... Yeah. Which is something that's going to be called by something else. Which makes total sense. That makes sense to say. Something that's going to be called by something else. You guys know what I mean, right? Func. Insert item at first available spot. Callable 2.0. I wish it was that easy. Well, I guess one day it will be with all this AI. You'll just be like, yeah, I need like something to work with this something, and I mean, you know what I mean, ChatGPT, and Scarlett Johansson will reply back, say certainly, and make you whatever you want. Okay, so this just takes an item. And for y field for y in range grid height. It's wild what they did to try and put her in the ChatGPT thing without paying her or whatever. I mean, she said no, but then they did it anyway. It's crazy. For X in range, which is kind of psycho to begin with. Like, I haven't seen the movie Her, but I can't imagine it's not a good movie, right? Like, he's not a good guy, or like, I don't know. Can someone explain the plot to that movie? I feel like it's like she did that movie where she was an AI, and like, you don't want to associate that movie with like the new AI tech, right? Like, is that just me? It feels like we're trying to go towards dystopia. I need to read the plot of Her movie. Plot synopsis. Because I feel like it's just the most insane business decision. A man who develops a relationship with an artificial intelligence. Give me the plot. Spoiler alert. I'm spoiling myself because I haven't seen this movie. Okay, so he's just like me. He's a lonely, introverted man who works for a business that has a professional writers compose letters for people. Okay, so he works for ChatGPT. I should bring this over to the main screen so you guys can read what I read. Right, so purchases an operating system upgrade that includes a virtual assistant and designed to adapt and evolve. He decides that he wants the AI to have a feminine voice, yada yada. Okay, it's fine. And she names it. Theodore is fascinated with her ability to learn and grow. Psychologically, they bond over discussions over his reluctance to sign his divorce papers. Just get it over with, bro. To go on a blind date with a woman whose friend's been trying to the date goes well, hesitates and promises to, while talking about relationships, explains briefly dated his neighbor, yada yada yada. Confides Amy that he has doubts with the relationship. That AIs are leaving can explain where they're going. So they fall in love. That she has complied with the best of the letters. I don't understand. I'm gonna have to watch the movie to understand, but I feel like she is a group of other AIs to develop hyper-intelligent OS. Returns explains it. So he... Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this is disgusting. Like, hang on, I'm reading this now. I'm seeing this. When he mentions Catherine is appalled, he's romantically attracted to a computer and accuses him of being capable and handling real. Seeing that Catherine's words had lingered on Smith that engages in a sex surrogate, like what the fuck? Physically intimate, reluctant. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't know. It seems like you wouldn't want AIGF leaves with others because humans are too needy. Yeah, and then OpenAI is like, hey, the person who voiced in that movie, why don't... It's like a dystopian movie, right? Why don't you be the voice of our product? We're creating dystopia. I need to watch it so I can further understand, because my intuition is telling me this is like the dumbest business decision you could possibly make. But I don't have the full context, right? Because I haven't seen it. So I'm going to need to watch it. Because it feels like it's very much in pop culture at the moment. It's come back, and I don't know. I think it's crazy what they did. Just, they shouldn't make it like a person. I don't know. It shouldn't be that. Replica makes a lot of money. What is Replica? I'm learning things. Oh, it's an AI. It's a chatbot program that doesn't talk to people. It just learns their texting styles to mimic them. That sounds fancy. Right, so you can just use it to like pretend to... Like, could you use it to do work? It's just going to pretend to be me? Or is it like AI girlfriend? This is AI girlfriend, isn't it? I'll take this over furries. Ricky, no. Actually, I don't know. I don't think furries are weird. Like, they're just people trying to have fun, you know? Yeah, okay, so it's AI girlfriend. Yeah, of course it makes a lot of money. I couldn't fathom it, but I'm a boomer, so maybe like younger people, it's not that big a deal, but I don't get them, so maybe that's you. The crazy thing is, it's saying many users, including, is trained having the user answer a series of questions. The chatbot operates. Okay. So it just like trains itself on you and then just like mimics you. So you fall in love with yourself, really. Okay. So it's more like real life than you think. You're just mentally doing that. Not that bad that I need an AI girlfriend. Well, yeah, I don't think anyone... I mean, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't want to think about it anymore. I'm going to say something bad. I'm trying to code. I'm trying to think about whether or not AI is going to ruining this. They're going to play this in 20 years and be like, look at this boomer judging AI love. Yeah, I'll get cancelled. Cancelled for hating on AI. I'm AI phobic. And at the moment, I'm okay with that. You know what? Like, I don't hate AI. I don't... My thing is with it, I feel like it takes a lot of the joy away. Because, like, learning is, for me at least, learning is joy. And so if you take away that ability to like discover things, because it's like instantly you can just have an AI do it for you, you never get that moment of being able to like know what you need to do. Like when you're making a game, you never get that point where you're like, oh yeah, I can make that. I just need to go like dun 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 dun, and that realization that you've like, you can figure it out, that like moment is just going to be gone forever. because you're just going to ask ChatGPT to do it for you. So yeah, people probably said the same thing about Google, and look where we are now. No one cares. But yeah, it is what it is, man. We're going down that road. It's like cheats. Yeah, it is a bit like that. Replica to ChatGPT 6 plus Godot tools, Black Mirror waifu. Yeah, I mean, yeah, basically. AI and crypto can do good, but right now that's not what they're used for. It's crazy. When I was at university, right? I was at university right when Bitcoin was taking off. I think it was becoming about $100. And I was studying economics at the time. And people were like really excited about the blockchain and what it could do for finance. And here we are, like 15 years later, and I'm still not using the blockchain at work, you know? It's like for ages they were like, this thing's great because it's immutable, right? And accountants really like that kind of stuff. They like when you can't change shit. But the funny thing is, like, we kind of need it to be mutable on the down low. Just like, don't tell people about it. So maybe it's not that great. I don't know. I don't know about any software that uses it aside from NFT scams and stuff like that. I just wish I had bought some because I knew about it when it was $100 and I didn't. What was the value in 2009? Maybe I'm wrong. Actually, it wasn't 2009. I should correct that. It was 2012. Max. Oh man, the tracker doesn't even go back that far. That's just how old I am. It was $13.50. It was even less than that. I knew exactly what it was, and I did nothing. I blame my education. It's the institution's fault. They told me it was a waste of time. They said it's gonna collapse. But the blockchain, they said blockchain's a really good idea, but this Bitcoin thing ain't gonna last. And I listened. Into cameras and lenses, digital forensics could benefit from AI-resistant metadata legal matters. Yeah, I think like having something that can't be changed, like a ledger that is immutable, does have value. I don't know how immutable. Like, I don't know much about blockchain technology, aside from that people think it has potential to be used in those kinds of things. But yeah, it never seems to take shape. If grid X, but you didn't even know what the internet was. Well, you're young and I'm old, so it's okay. Or you lived in a country where there was no internet. That's okay too. Things might have been better. Okay, so I'm a little bit lost. Okay, it's unhappy. What did I do? Okay, so it's back. If not grid XY, then item. You a teeny. Okay, yeah, you're just youngin'. That's okay. That's good. You got time. You have to like put your so like AI is young, so I guess like AI is the version of what Bitcoin was for us. Like, mate, it's looking good if you're actually a boomer. No, I'm millennial. I'm only 34. It's like time. It sounds like a long time, right? Like 2009 is a long time ago now. Like 15 years ago, that's when I started university. It's just we're getting old. I just describe myself as a boomer because like you forget. It's crazy actually because like when I was young, I thought I would never like get out of touch with technology or anything like that. But then like you just don't pick up on the new stuff, and so like you're locked in and you know how things work, and then you just like and you're good at like when things expand in my field, but then like new stuff comes along and you don't even notice it because like no one your age talks about it. And so I've just missed complete things. I just didn't even know about it. I don't know how to use Discord. I'm really bad at it. Like for the first boomer, more than one baby in a house, good retirement fund. Okay, I'm down a baby. So like I don't have a baby, but I have all the other things. So I'm like it's a half boomer. My friends have babies. What was I going to say? But yeah. Oh yeah, like guys, for the first 12 months of my YouTube channel, my Discord was like not available on my page because like I didn't realize the links expired. So like, wait, they're putting game forums and Discord. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm like, I have to join a Discord. They're like, yeah, you just need to join the Discord and you can do this thing. And it's like, what? It's a chat room. Is it not? But yeah, my Discord was completely inaccessible on my, like the link on my description in YouTube. It just didn't work for like a year and a half. And no one clicked it. I didn't get that many views, but it took me ages for someone to tell me. And when they did, I updated it and now people start to join my Discord. Who would have thought? Item. Okay. I gotta finish this script and then go to bed because it's late. And I'm not even gonna get a chance to test it. It's gonna be days. Wrecked. Discord links expire. Yeah, like invite links. If you own a Discord and you create an invite link, like you can set a timer for it to expire. So by default, I think it's 7 days, and you have to like verify your Discord server and all that kind of stuff. You have to go to extra steps to make a link that doesn't expire. So silly. Yeah. Maybe they changed it. It was like a year ago. Things change really quickly these days. Return true. And then at the end of this, return false. That's not how you spell false. Okay, so item size is not declared in the current scope. What the heck? For Y in range, grid height, item size. Okay, there's a mistake there. Still wrong. Whoa, look at those errors. Okay, okay, grid height. I think it's just height and width for me, eh? Yeah, it is. Okay. So there's one script out of like 4 that I need to make this work. I probably should have started with the more simple ones. I don't know. Anyway, I'll keep continuing with that tomorrow. In the meantime, I am going to go and get some sleep because it's late and I'm tired. Will I be back tomorrow? Maybe. I've been enjoying streaming. It's fun. It's a good time. It's not too stressful. I don't have to worry about deadlines or anything. We just chill. We hang out. We talk shit. You know. It's a good time. What am I going to do? I am going to, first of all, drop a link. Everyone in the Discord, everyone in the Twitch chat. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, I think it's a fun place to be. You can talk to me and some other people. You know, like, subscribe, follow, all that kind of stuff. Editing is my nightmare. Editing sucks. I hate it. I've been making shorts out of the live streams, and that's a little bit more manageable because it's short, but like, yeah, I hate it. All right, what are we going out on? Let's go to files. Let's play an original. In the face of it all, try hard. What else is left? Okay, what about like 80s style? Because I was just joking about how I'm a boomer. What's it called? I think it's called Try Hard. And we can crank it. And I'll see you guys next time. It's been real. Disco? I don't know what you call this. I was just on like a making 80s style music train. The guitar's pretty bad, but... yeah, ages ago. It's not very simple. Alright, guys. I'll see you next time.